everyone, Justin here. I'm taking another look at the descriptive writing contest rules just to make sure I know exactly what the judges will be looking for. Let's see, originality, creativity, word limit, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, it says judges will be looking for entries that show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. I mean, I know how to tell a story, but how do I show one? Am I supposed to act it out? Make a viral video? Take up interpretive dance? Since this is an official contest rule, good descriptive writing must depend on knowing how to show instead of tell. So, what does show don't tell actually mean? Let's get into it. In descriptive writing, we use the show, don't tell technique for describing what people are feeling, thinking, or doing. Telling is when you just state these facts directly, like saying she was so embarrassed. Showing, on the other hand, reveals emotions, thoughts, and actions through vivid details to make the reader imagine what's happening. So instead of just telling the reader she was so embarrassed, we could say, her face turned red and hot as she looked down. Hey, notice how imagery helps you show, not tell? Told you it was important. Here, imagery helps us visualize the girl clearly so we can imagine observing her right in front of us and infer how she's probably feeling. Showing readers details like that makes writing more interesting and helps them connect with a person or character. Take a look at this simple sentence telling us about a guy named Jake. When Jake dropped his phone, he was upset. How could we show readers this moment? What about Jake was furious when he dropped his phone? Is that showing, not telling? Not really. I'm sure you know what an angry person looks like, but I'm still just telling you he's furious without giving you a clear picture of it. All I did was change the words a little. There are tricks that we can use when we want to show instead of tell. The first trick is to describe body language and movement. People often show emotions this way in real life. Which of these shows emotion through body language instead of just telling us? Emma was nervous before her big speech. Or Emma's hands shook as she unfolded her speech. You got it. Trick number 2, describe internal thoughts. What might people be thinking but not saying? Try to share exactly what's happening in someone's mind. Pick out the example that uses this trick. Liam was frustrated with his little brother, or Liam clenched his fist and wondered why his little brother always took his stuff. Yes, the second one lets us hear his thoughts and see his frustration instead of just telling us about it. Trick number 3, and this is a good one, use strong, specific verbs to make writing more vivid and show readers what's going on more clearly. Check out this chart in your lesson materials to see some examples. Notice how the stronger verbs like glance and gawk are easier and more interesting to visualize than the weaker, more common ones like look. Which of these examples uses strong, specific action verbs? Max sprinted to the door and nearly tripped over his own feet. Or Max walked quickly toward the door and almost fell. Yep, the first one. The action verb sprinted is more specific than walked quickly. Instead of just telling us he moved fast, we feel the urgency in how he moves. Now, using a trick or 2, or 3 if you can, rewrite the Jake sentence to describe him in this moment. You'll have to imagine him clearly and then show that to your readers. When Jake dropped his phone, he was very upset. How'd you do? Here's what I came up with. Jake stared at the cracked screen and tried not to scream. He gritted his teeth, covered his face, and took a deep breath. See how showing Jake's reaction reveals how upset he is? It lets you picture his body language with each specific verb and helps you understand what he's thinking. This technique helps readers get to know Jake, or any person being carefully described, better. Here's one more practice for you. Pick one of these basic, boring, telling statements in your lesson materials. Then, using one or more of the tricks we've learned, transform them and show readers something they can picture. Nice work! Isn't it awesome how we can make readers visualize people and characters in a lifelike way through our writing? So, for the ultimate descriptive writing challenge, be sure to show, not tell. I'm so glad I read the fine print. See you next time. Hey.